Hey, so Teneko here once again for Godlovescomics, and we are continuing the reading of Ode to Kirihito. This is part 2, and the first part was the first 5 chapters, which you can find in the playlist. And this, of course, starts with chapter 6, The Palace of Follies, which, if memory serves me, is quite a chapter. So this is Ode to Kirihito part 2. Beautiful city. But the architecture has changed a little bit because Dr. Osanai has been taken away to another Asian port city far away from Japan. I do believe Taiwan. Hey, out of the way. Move it along, nitwits. Want me to run you over? What's the idea of bringing a truck down this alleyway? What's that? You have a master delivery from Master Mon? Another of his amusements, I suppose. What's in the truck? It's the, you-know-what, officer. All right, move it along then. As long as it's for Master Mon. A very sort of heavily vegetated, cordoned off sort of mansion just off the street. Here we are. We'll let you out in a minute. You're in for a lot of fun here, as long as you don't try anything. And another extraordinary page. Interior. An incredible overhead shot. I'm bored. Pop. Master Mon, I'm tired of this. I wouldn't watch another show like this for a million yuan. We've a special attraction today. We're going to watch a snake swallow a human baby. Ooh. Don't worry, we bought the baby fair and square in Pakistan. Watch closely. Crying. And we don't actually see the baby swallowed by the snake, but we do in fact see the snake's very swollen stomach. Boring. All you need is money to buy a snake and a baby. I want to see something that even money can't buy. Ha ha ha. Fine. Next week I'll show you something from Japan that'll knock your feet off. Are you really human? Can you speak? I speak Japanese. It's best not to make trouble here. Have I been sold into slavery? Master Mon has a vast fortune of hundreds of thousands of yuan. He has everything he desires. And what does he do here in this palace? What does he do? He racks his brains for ways to spend his money. Listen, people save up money to be able to do whatever it is they want. But when they have too much money, people run out of things to do. Every day, Master Mon invites all of his friends and holds ridiculous banquets. A palace of follies. What does that mean? The first emperor of Qin built a great palace where he intended to celebrate his ascendancy with lavish banquets, but he was defeated by Zhang Yu. Wow, you're quite the scholar. How cruel of them to use such a learned man in their freak show. Freak show? What do you mean, freak show? Haven't you heard? For the banquets, of course. I absolutely refuse. Last night you met all sorts of people in the big room, didn't you? They're all here as entertainment for the banquets. Now that you mention it, there was something odd about all of them. I'm telling you this for your own good. Do your job and don't make trouble. Eventually your contract will expire. I'm not a freak! Let me out of here! Let me out! I'm a human being! Where's this Mon fellow? Let's see this contract! Bastard! Do you think you can get away with this? Do you hear me? You think I'm a dog? Ah! An electric fence. R. Tazu, the water made me remember. When we were going down the mountain together, the last thing you said to me was, "Aren't you thirsty?" I'll fetch you a drink. No, you rest here. Tazu, why did you die? I miss you. That's right. I need to get back to Japan to avenge Tazu, too. Why do I feel so woozy? Was that water drugged? Damn it. I won't fall asleep. Thud. You're on next. Dancing girl, stripper, classic stripper music, and she's also a contortionist. And then this is what's incredible. She contorts herself into this ball, and they cover in some kind of I think pastry, and then drop her into boiling hot oil. And if you're wondering, sizzle, sizzle. And then a giant spatula. This is brought out. Is she dead? Ta-da! She burst out. There's no tomfoolery involved. She's highly trained. The batter absorbs the heat, and the oil doesn't reach her skin. But if the timing isn't just right, she'd end up a chicken nugget. Yes, most likely. The next show is really worth seeing. So this is the one I promised you would knock you off my feet. Would knock me off your feet. Clap, clap. What is it, a dog man? It's a dog man I acquired in Japan. I'm not an animal. Cage, you drugged me. And now there's a panting female dog. That's a real bitch there. We've given her an aphrodisiac. She wants a male to mate with. Ho, 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 ho. Ah, boy. Remember the cover blurbs of this actually said that it was one of his most depraved works. And This could be one of the scenes they were definitely referring to. Panting, panting, panting. Attacks him. Get off! Kick. All the rich swine laughing. That's right, go, go. Make him yours. He'll make a fine husband. Ah. Squeeze. Yip. And somehow a female dog raped a man. Whatever. Pant, pant. And then they both fall into a pit. Return to their cages. How did you like that? Extraordinary. Oh, make him hump a different bitch next week. If you're angry, go ahead. Cry. Cry all you want. I went through the same thing. Human beings wear clothing and walk upright. But when you take away that, we're nothing but monkeys. Think of it that way and you won't feel as angry. My name's Reika. What's yours? Mine's Kirihito. Not that a name means anything here. I don't deserve a human name. I'm a ridiculous male dog mounted by a bitch in heat. I had to learn that stunt when I was 4 years old. It was torture. I don't know how many times I was nearly killed. I was always covered in burns. So she's been doing this stunt since she was 4 years old. But then again, these are people that fed a baby to a boa constrictor, so I don't think they would hesitate to fry a 4-year-old in a giant dumpling. If the batter coating has any thin spots, the oil seeps through it. You have to roll up your body as tightly as you can. If even one finger pokes out, you're in trouble. There was a time when I dreamed of performing in a world-class circus, and they all spurned me. Too depraved, they said. That's how I ended up a parlor act for this secret club. They treat you like a freak, of course. How many years is your contract? No idea. I don't belong here. I want to go home. Is there no way of escaping? As long as they have your contract, you'll get sent back. If you're determined, if you can escape from the palace, I might be able to pull some strings to get you on the ship. Yes, please. If I can get back to Japan, everything I will work out. I might even be able to cure my face. Then hang in there until then, even if you hate it. Let me know when you've made the arrangements, and thank you. Overhead shot of all the various houses, and I think Tezuka's motive here is to show you that despite all of these houses all crammed together, you have no idea what's going on in the basements and in the living quarters of these houses. What kind of potential depravity lurks, much like David Lynch's Middle American Suburbs. Nationalist Government, Office of the Prime Minister. Again, a beautifully detailed drawing. Incredible. It's been a pleasure. The Premier is very grateful for the most generous political donations. You make every national day. It's my pleasure. They say your fortune rivals that of the Rockefellers. Are you still holding those little banquets of yours? Of course, as a national hero, you're more than welcome to do whatever you want. It's just that lately the Committee for Public Morals has been cracking down. I don't mean to be a wet blanket, but I beg of you to be discreet. Back to the palace, sir? Look out! Assassin. Degenerate swine! Bang. Thud. Get in quickly. Those men are a constant menace. Seems that I have many enemies. It's the same old story. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. 50 years ago, I felt the same way. I hated the rich men who went by in their cars so much I wanted to kill them. Come to think of it, you never speak much about your past. I'm sure you've been through a lot. Secret Service director? Have you ever eaten an earthworm? What? You must be joking. Director, people can whisper all they want. I have no intention of stopping my infamous banquets. They're one of my pleasures in life. It's my revenge. I'm avenging my own life. I'm afraid I don't follow you. Of course you don't. It's between me and them. Those entertainers who grace my banquets represent what I once was. I get satisfaction from mocking and humiliating them. Because he hates himself. Fireworks going off all over the place. Bang, bang, pop, pop. Another incredible street scene. I don't know Tezuka's history or how many assistants he had or whatever, but I mean, if he was drawing this stuff mostly by himself, or, you know, it's just incredible work. Sir, it's about the dog man. It seems he's a doctor. A what? One of the entertainers had a seizure and he provided first aid immediately. He seemed very adept. When I asked him about it later, I learned that he's a doctor back in Japan. A doctor, is it? Bring him here. Sir, I want to speak to him. Bring the dog and an interpreter. Kirihito Osanai, was it? Is it true that you're a doctor? Doctors are intellectuals. How did an intellectual wind up a dog? I'm not a dog. I've already told you. You are a dog. Is this what you called me for? You. I suppose if you're an intellectual, this sort of treatment must be absolutely unbearable. Shall I have mercy on you? Throws a big brick of cash. That should be more than enough to get you back to Japan. You're welcome to it. But first, there's one condition. Be a dog for me. Lick my feet. Lie on the ground and pretend to play. Eat the food I throw to you. When you've done these things, you can take the money and go. I won't require you to sleep with the bitch tonight. What do you say? I have your contract here. I'll rip it up. Ho 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 ho. Ha 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 ha. Is approaching. He grabs the cash and hurls it into his face. What do you think you're doing, dog? As soon as I get out of here, I'm going to sue you. I wouldn't count on it. Just mention my name to the authorities. You wouldn't have a hope. I'll give you one more chance. Think carefully. You don't want to screw this up. I've had enough. And attacks him. You! He's lost it. Punches. Boff. Hug. Teach him some manners. And he's beating, tortured, leashed, hung, beaten some more, battered, hung. A doctor, huh? Help us. Papa and Mama are both dying. Doctor? Doctor? Let them die. The world's better without them. So that shows his resentment for doctors. It was hot that day. I still remember it clearly. A doctor. Reika, I brought you a file. I got it from the man you treated. You poor thing. What was that? It came from the main hall. A bomb? There's a lot of people trying to assassinate this guy. And this time it killed a lot of the entertainers as well, unfortunately. You can see some dismembered limbs. Master, are you injured? I'm fine. Quick, after the perpetrator. It's those extremists who are always after my life. Dispose of the dead. Load the injured into ambulances. Are you alright? Why must they torment me? All I do is spend my own money as I choose. Why won't they leave me in peace? I'm terribly sorry. The Dogman and Reika, the human tempura, have escaped. They took advantage of the confusion. Escaped? Go after them. I want a dragnet all over Taipei. They're behind the bombing. Another incredible drawing of all the shanty sort of shacks, how easily it is to escape and get lost in this sort of crazy ghetto. In there. Oh, Reika, it's you. Lend us some clothes. We're fleeing to the south. Running away? Have you done something? You were working for Master Mon, weren't you? I haven't done anything. I'm helping this man escape. They were beating him. He would have been killed. This man? This isn't a dog? He's Japanese. As if that explains it. He needs clothes and a hat. A hood if possible. We need to hide his face. Reika! It's your nasty habit again, isn't it? This is why you never get anywhere, always shacking up with some good-for-nothing guy. Say what you want, but hurry, our pursuers are blocking the highways. Kirihito, you wear this. Suppose I won't see you for a while, Rika. Don't do any dangerous stunts. I owe you one. Up here. Where to? Taipei Port? Kaohsiung. Kaohsiung? But that's in the south. I want to get back to Japan. They're probably already patrolling the northern port. If we go to Kaohsiung, we can hop a freighter to Japan by way of Orchid Island. The highways and railways are unsafe too. You don't know how persistent Mon is. If he catches you, he'll probably kill you. Don't scare me. What are you doing? Now I see why you ran away with me. Is this what the old lady meant by nasty habit? They didn't accept you as a proper performer. No wonder. That's right, I'm not proper. But neither are you. We're both rejects. It's of no concern to society what we lowlife do. We are not lowlife. Settle down and go to sleep. That's the end of chapter 6. And off to chapter 7. Dissolution. A cliff near Mount Shang, Taiwan. Why do you stay with me? Because you're so determined to survive. The ones from the mainland give up so easily. They don't care if they live or die. But you're different. They beat you half to death and you still want to escape. Why do we have to scale these cliffs? We had to change course. I heard a rumor that Master Man already has men patrolling Kaohsiung. From Mount Shang, we can cross over to Hualien port and catch a northbound ship. It should be safe. How tall are these peaks? I'm not sure, but they're the second highest in Taiwan after the Jade Mountains, around 3,900 meters. 3,900 meters? You've got to be kidding. I'm no mountain climber. You can make out they're very tiny little figures on this massive cliff. A mountain hut, thank goodness. Looks like someone lived here not long ago. Is this the crest? We don't have to go higher, do we? That's right. Hualien Port is just down the mountain towards the left. If the fog clears up, we should be able to see it. You sound familiar with these mountains. Is this your first time here? Yes. Tell me more about Mao disease and what causes it. Technical term is an incretin imbalance. Basically, the hormones that maintain the body's balance go out of whack. Ever heard of rickets? Well, I'm sure you've seen dwarves and giants, people who are unusually large or small, right? Those are also growth disorders caused by incretin imbalances. Dwarves. Oh yeah. I was friends with a dwarf when I was with the Yan brothers in Hong Kong. He was less than 3 feet tall. He was like you. He wanted to escape from Hong Kong. What happened to him? He's dead. Is this him? I found this picture in a drawer in the back room. You've been here before, haven't you? Why did you lie? What is this place to you? Blood? Reika, you? She blows out the candle. She's in the dark. Kirihito, I'm going to show you so much pleasure, so much joy. You'll be numb after it. Day after day. Stay with me here forever. You can go down to the mountain and catch a ship back to Japan, but you'll still have the face of a dog. You'll suffer constantly for the rest of your life. We'll be much happier living here on this mountain, away from civilization. Stop it! If you stay here with me, I'll do anything for you. I'll love you to death. Huh? What? What the? Hands and legs strapped, very much like Misery. Stephen King's Misery. So this is why you brought me here? Very clever, pretending to caress me, slipping nooses around my wrist and ankles. This is what you did to the dwarf you brought here? Not just the dwarf, the Spider-Man, and the Man of Rubber, too. You're the 7th man I've brought here. So you have a fetish for freaks. You're a paraphiliac. You're very ill. I had a feeling that there was something deviant about you. Now, you're one to talk, dog. I'm a human being. Why not be a dog, huh? Be a wolf for me. Ah! And sunrise. And he's been ravaged. You sissy. All my efforts to pleasure you wasted. I told you, you're wasting your time. To me, you're just a patient in need of care. Ha. Give it up. I'm prepared to stay on this mountain forever. After 2 weeks, the dwarf chewed through his own tongue and died cursing me through mouthfuls of blood. So that blood on the walls? So that's his blood on the walls? Here. Why not just give in? Leave everything to me. Drink this tonight, this aphrodisiac. We'll see effects tonight. If you don't drink it, you'll be thirsty. Pant, 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 pant. Sun going down, silhouette. Water. Here. I want water. Water, I say. Splashes on his face. Oh my, what is with you? You won't even drink my sweet nectar, slap. Flies buzzing around him. Ants crawling all over him. So, the nectar really does sound like nectar. And there's a razor blade. The dwarf had left a razor blade in the exact same spot when he cut himself loose from the same predicament. But then she must have killed him. It's been 40 days. This is it. If you refuse my advances once more, I'll kill you and push you over the cliff. What do you say? Why, you fool! What are you doing? I won't hurt you. Give me the knife. Come on, now. Come here. Lie down. I said lie down. You're not well, Reika. You're deeply wounded psychologically. I will do everything I can for you, but you won't get better unless you do as I say. Close your eyes and calm down. This girl's stunt puts her under extreme stress. Perhaps her abnormal libido arose from the psychological trauma. Perhaps I can use the hypnotic treatment developed by Dr. Inui of Joso Hospital. Close your eyes, Reika. Your eyelids are growing very heavy. So very heavy. You're going back in time to your childhood. You're quitting your circus training. You will never do that dangerous stunt with the boiled oil again. You're a proper girl now. Do you hear? Now sleep deeply and rest. You don't have to be afraid anymore. You'll feel better. You're no longer a human tempura. What's that? Someone's out there? Nasserman's man found them way up here in the mountains. Seems unlikely, but maybe they've done this before. Stop! What do you want? Speaking Chinese, Mandarin, or Cantonese. Do any of you speak Japanese? I only speak Japanese. I speak Japanese. I like Japanese. Japanese are friends. Are you Japanese? Yes. My village is nearby. A while back we saw a devil. The devil went in the hut and did not come out. We came to shoot him dead. A devil. Yes. A devil with an animal head and a human body. Is he in there? No, go away. There's no devil here. Now go home. Is that true? This is our village's territory. The hut belongs to us. We want to see. Open up. I can't. There's a patient in here with a terrible plague. If I open the door, you'll catch it. Then come out and show your face. If you're really Japanese, we'll invite you to the village. Open up. Well, answer us. If you don't open up, we'll break down the door. Wait. You have guns. I'm unarmed. You say you're friends, but I don't believe you. You might be bandits. Throw down your guns and I'll come out. We're not bandits. We're hunters. I don't know that. Put your guns down 30 feet from here. I'm watching you from the window. Done. Okay, I'm coming out. Bam. I had to do this to keep this from you. Suddenly, and clobbered by rocks from all sides. And he is tied up, hog-tied, incredibly. And another amazing full-page shot. The bull dragging him hog-tied down the pathway to the village, and all the villagers looking on. Beautiful. Well, not, the actual scene itself is not beautiful, but beautifully drafted. And tied up again. This time captive of another group of people. It's not funny. Untie me. You don't understand me, do you? You're Taiwanese, I presume. Doesn't anyone speak Japanese? Where did that old man go? Where's Reika? The woman who was sleeping in the hut. Thunk. And beaten mercilessly. Eat. Meanwhile in Taipei, Master Mon collapsed suddenly. Complaining of severe headaches, he retired to deep within his palace. Master, you really ought to see a doctor. Idiot, I would rather die than see a doctor. Bring me the special medicine from Japan, the one that I always use that should clear up this headache in no time. What's it called again? Yes, the wisdom water tonic. I hope that does the job. Wisdom water from Japan. Dr. Liang of Taipei University is regarded very highly. I'm sure you'd be in good hands. Imbecile! Have you forgotten that I've made it without seeing a doctor for 50 years? Arr! Medicine, bring me that Japanese wisdom water. While I'm waiting, bring me the meat. I crave meat. Yes, sir. Looks like someone else has caught mouth disease. What on earth has come over the master? He looks ghastly. Perhaps he's possessed. It's been 2 weeks now. If he would just see a doctor, we'd know what it is. And voila. The freak show host has finally become a freak himself. Q, come here. Don't be shocked when you see me. What is it, Master? I look just like that dog man, don't I? Well, you can be honest. Have I caught his disease? Master, we must go to Taipei University Hospital. This is serious. Your life and your social standing are at stake. Silence. Cancel all my appointments and seal the gates. I won't see anyone for a while. You're the only person who will see me. My head. My head. Master, help me. Somebody help me. I'll give my fortune to anyone who can save me. I've always lived boldly, but now, is this what it's come to? That dog man. I wish I could talk with him. I want to hear what he has to say. Chapter 9, Crazed Bitch. Sister Helen Friese. Dr. Tatsugura, you're saying that you want me to display me at the GMC in October? Perhaps the word display gives the wrong impression. I want to introduce you to the members as an important medical case. Are you sure? Absolutely. I know that it's a terrible thing for a woman to suffer, but as a doctor, it's my duty to expose the harsh facts. I'll have to show them this face? I'm sorry. Director, this is far too cruel. I can't condone it. Dr. Urabe, is that how you dare speak to your mentor? With all due deference, sir, you just can't do this. Frame within a frame within a frame. Sister Helen has no ordinary external medicine patient. She is no ordinary external medicine patient. This really is a major human rights issue. Dr. Urabe, are you accusing me of making a spectacle of her? Is that what you think? No, I don't think that. You're playing the big hero and forgetting your duties as a doctor, especially since returning from Africa. You've been lax in writing your report, going around asking after Dr. Osanai. Who do you think you are? The GMC will meet in 3 more weeks. I've had enough of waiting around for your report. Perhaps your trip addled your brain, but be warned, don't ever talk back to me again. Slam. What did he say to you? He insisted that I appear at the conference in October. Just for 1 hour, he said. He said there'll be various dissected specimens on display too. And you consented? Well, for the sake of medicine, it isn't right. We do exhibit patients sometimes, but you're a woman. You may spend the rest of your life looking that way. You told me once that even if I lived the rest of my life in ridicule and contempt, it was God testing me. I did say that, but only because you were contemplating death. I no longer want to die. Then you must assert your own human rights. You have the right to say no. I brought you to Japan to cure you, not to have you displayed as a medical specimen. Listen, if you refuse firmly, you won't have to do it. There's no reason to feel obligated. Don't worry, I'll handle Dr. Tatsugura. Osanai, where in the earth are you? I really need your help right now. I don't know where to turn. I've spent a month searching for you instead of writing my own report. I found out that you even took a wife in Doggadale, a local girl. But why? Why? Of course, I can't tell Azumi about this. I just don't understand Osanai. Why would you marry a village girl? That doesn't matter now. I just need you to come back. Dr. Urabe, there's an international phone call for you. Dr. Tatsugura. Where is he? He left for today. I'm afraid election business, I think. Hello? It's from Taiwan. Hello? I'm Dr. Lang of Taipei University Hospital. I need to speak with Dr. Tatsugura. It's extremely urgent. I'm afraid that Dr. Tatsugura is absent. What is this in reference to? We've discovered a case of Monmouth disease in Taiwan. Monmouth in Taiwan? Unbelievable. The symptoms are very advanced. We lack the expertise to treat it. Go find Dr. Tatsugura. I'd like to entreat your assistance. I'm sending the patient to Japan. He'll depart from Taiwan tomorrow at 8 a.m. on a special charter plane. Please take care of him as an emergency patient. Assistant Medical Director Dr. Lin will accompany him. He can fill you in on the details. We deeply appreciate your assistance. My name is Dr. Lin. It's a pleasure to meet you. Please excuse the sudden imposition. Welcome. I understand that you and Dr. Liang became friends at Tokyo University. He insisted that you handle this matter. Dear God, this is a severe case. I've given him sleeping pills. He's rather on the edge. What is the patient's name? I'm afraid we can't disclose that. Why not? This man is an eminent figure in our country. If his name is leaked, it would be a major blow to our economy, and to our political system even. But why did you wait so long to contact us? Actually, the patient let the disease go for quite some time before seeking treatment. But why? He has a profound aversion to doctors. What appalling ignorance. Room 67, 66. And he's placed in 66 where Helen Friese was once held. Meat. Bring meat. Urine shows high levels of protein and bilirubin. Full body examination showed skeletal changes, stunting of limbs, skull deformity, atrophy of bone cells and lower jaw, significant enlargement of the liver, almost resembling hepatic jaundice. Slight skin discoloration and abnormal hair growth, especially on limbs and back. That's Monmouth to a T. Is there any hope? Can we at least prevent him from deteriorating? All we can do for now is to treat his symptoms. You have any idea how or when he might have contracted the disease? Well, 3 months ago, we did have a dog man at the palace whom we detained from Japan. A dog man? From Japan? Yes, a man who looked just like a dog. He claimed to be a doctor. Go on. Did he tell you his name? His name. Let me see. What was it? Was it Kirihito Osanai? Yes! Osanai! That's it! Oh. Dr. Urabe, where are you going? I don't feel well. I need to rest. You're not going to tell anyone what you just heard. This is critical news. If anyone finds out, there'll be trouble. Did this dog man ever come in direct contact with the patient? Yes. He attacked the patient once, scratching his neck with his fingernails and breaking the skin. It's contagious. Where is this dog man now? He blew up part of the palace and escaped during the confusion. We've been trying to find him, but we haven't succeeded. He might be spreading the disease as we speak. I have almost all of the puzzle pieces now. Osanai contracted Monmouth in Dogadale, then left the village. How did he end up in Taiwan? And why didn't he tell us he had contracted Monmouth? Don't ask me. The important issue right now is that Osanai is spreading the Monmouth pathogen, and that this man has been infected. We know because there's no past record of Monmouth in Taiwan. It was brought there by Osanai. Monmouth is contagious, I tell you. We're closing in. How are Kurizumi faction votes looking these days? Not much movement lately. It's all riding on the GMC outlet. You have another visitor. Ah, yes, Dr. Urabe. Pardon my intrusion. I've had to look at the patient's x-rays. Have a seat. I've told you about Mr. Yoshinaga, my campaign manager? Yes, of course. Pleased to meet you. Dr. Urabe is very concerned to hear that the report Dr. Tatsugura is presenting at the conference still isn't finished. I don't understand what the holdup is. We only have 3 more weeks. I do hope the report will be ready on time. I know what it is. You still harbor doubts as to whether or not the disease is caused by a virus. Fortunately, there's no longer any question. Clearly, that Taiwanese patient was directly affected by Osanai. But you're concerned because we still haven't isolated the pathogen? Write the report based on the conclusion that Monmouth is an infectious disease. I'll handle the rest during my presentation. But doctor, I can't. I have no talent for that sort of high-handed... Now, Dr. Urabe. Don't worry. Dr. Tatsugura's presentation is guaranteed to be a success. You know, now that Dr. Osanai is gone, I wonder, are you interested in marrying our daughter, Izumi? Oh, how wonderful. Marry Izumi? But Dr. Osanai is alive. Not that again. Asumi's a lovely girl, Urabe. You'd be perfect together. I'd be happy to serve as your go-between. How about it? We'll pick a date sometime after the conference. Yes, this is he. What is it? Izumi. She drank poison. What? Something's happened to my daughter. What is it? She poisoned herself. Please excuse me. How terrible. Urabe, go with Mr. Yoshinaga to the hospital and see that she's all right. Yes, sir. Why would she do this? What a stupid thing to do. Perhaps she heard about Osanai. What did she take? Arsenious acid. We induced vomiting immediately and are pumping her stomach. Is she okay? Darling. How did she get a hold of pesticide? I don't know, dear. She's taken a lethal dose, so we don't know if she'll make it. We've done everything we can for now. Dr. Urabe will take over her treatment. Please leave it to us. We'll take good care of her. Don't you know who I am? That doesn't concern me. This is an emergency care hospital, not M University Hospital. We don't take orders from external organizations. Fine. But if anything happens to this patient, you'll be sorry. Izumi! Izumi! Silly girl. She went half crazed about when she heard about Kirihito. I knew it. That's how strongly Izumi feels about Osanai. Mr. and Mrs. Yoshinaga. Izumi doesn't want to marry me. I'm sure you see that now. Yes, Dr. Urabe. Where's Dr. Osanai now? It's true. Osanai hasn't come back for her. He's completely lost to her. When was that? Right. The night the Monmouth patient in room 66 died. She was in the night watch room waiting for Osanai. Something came over me. I just had to have her. Here she is, and Osanai has decided to drop out of the picture. Why shouldn't she be mine? I'm no good. I'm a worthless human being, cowardly, negative. It's hopeless. She tried to kill herself for Osanai. I don't have a chance of winning her over. Urabe, don't you want a woman? Where's the woman for you? I am insane. This is an episode. I'm aware that my behavior is abnormal, and yet I'm unable to stop it. Who's there? It's me, Sister Helen. Oh, Dr. Urabe. What are you doing? No. Helen, I want you. Doctor, please stop. Forgive me, Helen. I've wanted this for a long time. No, the Lord is watching. Lord, have mercy. Grant him forgiveness. Yes. Who is it? I'm here to see Mrs. Yoshinaga. My daughter isn't well. As you can see, she's been hospitalized. What is this in reference to? Well, it's like this. This Osanai fellow your daughter's been looking for? What's this? My daughter is seriously ill right now. I'll handle this. That's fine. Nurse, this is Yoshinaga. That man my mother is speaking to in the lobby. Before he goes, please find out his name and address. Don't let my mother see you. Miss Yoshinaga, you're in no condition to be making phone calls. You need to rest. Why do you insist on bothering my daughter with information pertaining to that man? What? I've come here out of kindness to lend my assistance. How very thoughtful. But I'm afraid that won't be necessary. My daughter no longer has anything to do with that man. Come on now, be reasonable. Please excuse me. What now? This is somewhat awkward, but I've traveled here all the way from Shikoku. I'd like some compensation for my troubles. Shall I call the police? Old bag. But the nurse has followed him out and spoken to him. The disease has progressed. Perhaps those pituitary hormones worked. The disease has stopped progressing. But the bone atrophy is already very advanced. There's also a risk that the skull deformation is pressuring the brain. Patient could die of shock. In any case, he's beyond hope. It's much too late. Too late? Due to negligent treatment. This isn't our fault. If anything, the fault lies in Taipei University Hospital. That's unfair. It was already too late when the patient came under our care. So you decided to pawn him off on us? Keep treating his symptoms. The boss is in a really foul mood today. I wonder if something happened last night. How is she? She hasn't eaten or spoken a word all day. Is that so? She's completely distraught. I see. I apologize for upsetting you needlessly. I'll no longer ask you to appear on the stage during my presentation. I suppose we must consider the human rights aspect. Inadvertently, Urabe's rape or whatever you want to call it of Helen inadvertently guilted Tatsugura into making this statement, but that wasn't what she was upset about at all. Let's move on, Dr. Urabe. Dr. Urabe, if you're having trouble finishing Helen's report, you can switch over to documenting the patient in room 66. His case shows clear-cut evidence of a contagion. You want me to write that the patient was infected by Dr. Osanai? That's right. And Dr. Osanai's name will appear in the report? Of course. We have to demonstrate the root of infection. But Dr. Osanai's career will be destroyed by the media. We'll be all over it. We can't do that to him. His career is over anyway. I see that Dr. Tatsugura is determined to publicize the case. We can't have that. The only way to prevent it would be to prove that the disease isn't infectious. The theory that Osanai infected the patient when he scratched his neck, it's still just a theory after all. Do you know if the patient ever drank some kind of special water? Water. Yes, not tap water, but groundwater, for example. Would that have something to do with his illness? It might. If he has, we would need to start with the basics, sample the water and analyze it. Think carefully. If we can learn more about that water, we might be able to save him. I haven't the foggiest. He always drank purified water. Another dead end. I just don't get it. You have a visitor. Says he's a doctor. Tell him I'm out. I'm Dr. Urabe of M University. I'm here on behalf of Miss Yoshinaga. Another go-between, eh? I'll have you know that this dirt ain't free. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Fine, I'm prepared to pay you well for the information. Miss Yoshinaga has entrusted me with her purse. We'll start with 50,000 yen. All right. I'm originally from Rokagu in Tokushima. People know me in those parts. It was back in June. I came across a freaky dog man in the mountains near Zabu Hot Spring. He was violent. He attacked me without warning. This is why he scratched me. That doesn't interest me. How do you know Dr. Osanai? He stayed at the Sagami Inn near the hot springs and registered under the name Osanai. I wanted to get back at him, so I contacted the boss of the local gangsters. As luck would have it, there was a guy from Taiwan at the inn who happened to be a collector of freaks. The younger gangsters lured him out of the inn, jumped him, and sold him to the Taiwanese businessman. I see. So that's how he ended up in Taiwan. Oh, you don't seem too surprised. My dirt wasn't fresh. Do you know what happened to him after he was sent to Taiwan? No clue. That's what I want to know. Listen, Osanai was my colleague. The manner of his disappearance is very suspicious. I'm grasping at straws. If you're telling the truth, what was that Taiwanese businessman doing in a jerkwater town in the middle of nowhere? Oh, that. They sell a special headache tonic at the Zabu Hot Spring called Wisdom Water. It's so popular that its devotees refuse to take anything else. People get word and come from all the way from Korea and Taiwan to buy it. Headache tonic? What did you say? The Taiwanese patient was using this tonic? Where can I buy some? At the hot springs. It's operated by the mob boss, though. Hey, what's the big idea? That's it. It's the medicine. Yes, can you tell me if the patient in room 66 was taking a Japanese medicine called wisdom water? Yes, he was. He suffered from headaches and was very devoted to a special drink. He'd started using it in his student days, but I can't imagine it caused his illness. He's been using it for quite a long time. Yes, and of course tens of thousands of people use the same medicine. What if just a tiny batch of it was contaminated? Is this a medical faculty? I need you to order a certain tonic from Shikoku immediately and have it analyzed. Pantopin, 0.03. Coffeine, 0.01. Aminopirin, 0.01. Phenazetin, 0.07. 0.7. We finished analyzing the sample. These are its components. It doesn't appear to contain anything hazardous. What's this mineral matter? Probably sand, since the solution is made with well water, or spring water instead of tap water. Sand? It's going to make a trip to the place where they produce this. If the director asks, tell him that I'm gathering material for my report on the patient in room 66. Which way to the Wisdom Factory? I should think not. My family's been producing this tonic for 130 years. I've never heard of anyone getting sick from it. We've always used water from the Dogod River. I understand that you have a Taiwanese customers too? Of course! Have you had any special orders from Taiwanese client lately? Perhaps especially large shipment? As a matter of fact, we did brew a custom order for someone called Man. Man. That time we used water from way upstream. Spring water from up beyond Doggadale. This caricature, this crazy caricature, and even when he's pointing, you can see the Japanese flag at the end of his finger. I don't know if this is intended to mean something very rural about him and something deformed about him because of the water, or just his state of perplexity over this doctor questioning him or whatever, but it's really pretty funny. There's the roaring rapids once again of the Dogod River. And looks like an ancient geological strata are exposed here. Spring water seeps out from between these rocks and fills the river. It's just like the groundwater I saw in the mine in Rhodesia. I'll bet that the residents of Dogadale drink this water all the time. I'll stop by the village hall and use their telephone. I can ask them about the river water while I'm here. Can you direct me to the Dogadale Municipal Office? What a gloomy town. I'm amazed that Osanai was able to stand it for months. I'm here from M University Hospital. Are you the mayor? Yes. I'm Dr. Urabe of the 1st Department of Internal Medicine. Thank you for looking after my colleague, Dr. Osanai. I suppose you're here about Dr. Osanai. I've already delivered all the documents to Dr. Tatsugura. We washed our hands of the matter. Dr. Tatsugura. That's odd. I've never seen them. Well, yes, the whole thing was his plan after all. What whole thing? What was all Dr. Tatsugura's plan? Did you say something you shouldn't have? What's this all about? Please tell me, did you have an agreement with some kind with Dr. Tatsugura? Okay, let's change the subject. Do the villagers drink the river water here? I've nothing more to say. It's only caused trouble. Never seen such an unfriendly, nasty, insidious village in my life. I'm a Mon Mao specialist from M University Hospital. Is this how you treat guests here? Allow me to use your phone. Internal medicine, please. How are things looking over there? Yes, I'm in Dogadale. What? Please say that again. The patient in room 67, Helen Friese, vanished. She's not in her room or on the grounds. Look carefully. When did you notice? This morning. Then she left during the night. Helen Friese is missing. Helen. I must find her. Must find. Must find. Safe to say, is having an episode again, and maybe concerned that Helen's going to report him, or even perhaps commit suicide. Who knows? Doctor, are you alright? Pull yourself together. My sin. My sin. I must atone. My Helen. Helen in room 67. Helen, my patient. No, it's alright. I'll find her. I'll find her. I'll find her. My patient. Another incredible extreme close-up that could be out of, R. Crumb or a Harvey Picard comic or something. Then it just evolves into a pair of glasses and no glasses at all, and it's just the insanity that's going on inside his crazy head when he has these episodes. Otherwise, he's the protagonist at times, most of the time. Another brilliant illustration. Everything's just black like a chalkboard with white outlines. Everybody's meaningless now. Everything's meaningless. He's just in his own head. Doctor. What is it, doctor? Doctor? What was that? That look in his eyes. There was something wrong with that man. Why would M University keep a man like that on the staff? Mayor, he forgot something. Run and give it to him. No, I'm scared. Wait. Let's look inside. Rocks. Rocks from the riverbed? What do you want with these? Must be loony. Don't ever converse with that man again. There's nothing more dangerous than an off-kilter doctor.